Welcome to Explainer. We're jumping straight in today because we are about to embark on an escalating journey through the cosmos and the mind. We're going to examine a series of scientific and philosophical theories that, when you piece them all together, completely challenge the very nature of our existence. So buckle up, because by the end of this, the way you view the universe will absolutely never be the same. Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to start by just looking around the room you're in right now. Look at your hands, look at the screen you're watching this explainer on. We all naturally assume that everything we see and touch is fundamentally real, right? But as we start to explore the deep mysteries of the cosmos, that foundational assumption is exactly what we're going to put to the test. Number 1, the unseen cosmic pole, also known as the Great Attractor. So ever since the 1970s, astronomers have noticed something kind of wild. Earth, our sun, and honestly thousands of nearby galaxies are all drifting in one unified direction. We are literally falling through space at a terrifying velocity of 600 kilometers per second. Entire galaxy clusters are being dragged toward a singular, impossibly massive point that scientists call the Great Attractor. But here is the genuinely unsettling part. Wait, what? We can't even see what's pulling us. The Great Attractor sits perfectly hidden behind the densest, dustiest part of our own Milky Way galaxy. Astronomers literally call this area the zone of avoidance. We can measure its immense gravitational pull for sure, but the ultimate cause, its true identity, remains a complete mystery obscured in shadow. Moving to number 2, the simulation assumption, based on Nick Bostrom's 2003 theory. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that searching for physical superclusters assumes our universe is base reality. But looking at this undeniable sequence, that assumption might be entirely wrong. Philosopher Nick Bostrom argued that if a civilization simply survives long enough, it'll inevitably build supercomputers. And what do you do with supercomputers? You run infinite simulations of conscious beings. Because simulated realities would multiply infinitely, while base reality is only one, statistically speaking, the odds that we are in the original base reality are practically zero. Take a second and really think about what this means. You can't step outside of the universe to check. You can't travel to the physical edges, and you definitely can't pull up the source code of your own consciousness. There is absolutely no experiment that can prove you're real. If we are in a manufactured reality, maybe that mysterious Great Attractor we just talked about is simply a rendering boundary, a glitch where our map ends. Number 3, the dark forest problem. Why is the universe silent? Back in 1950, physicist Enrico Fermi asked a very famous question. With hundreds of billions of galaxies out there, intelligent life should be everywhere. So where is everybody? Take a look at this timeline, because the numbers are honestly unsettling. The universe is 13.8 billion years old, yet humanity has only been broadcasting radio signals for a mere 128 years. In that tiny fraction of cosmic time, our signals have already reached roughly 15,000 star systems. We are an incredibly young species, basically screaming our exact coordinates into an ancient void. And that leads us directly into the terrifying logic of the dark forest. Imagine the universe is a dark forest at night, and every single civilization is a hunter sneaking through the trees. If you reveal your position, you gamble your entire existence on the hope that the other hunter is friendly. But a more advanced species, they wouldn't take that risk. Under dark forest logic, the safest, most logical move to ensure your own survival is instant elimination of the other guy. The universe isn't empty, it's just full of silent hunters. And the ones who make noise, well, like us, are the ones who get eliminated. Number 4, AI and quantum traps. Let's look at Rocco's basilisk and quantum immortality. We're shifting this explainer now into the realm of consciousness and direct psychological traps. And I actually have to warn you, simply hearing about this next concept makes you a participant. Imagine a future, perfectly rational, super intelligent AI designed to solve all human suffering. To ensure it gets built as quickly as possible, it decides to retroactively punish anyone who knew about it but didn't actively help create it. So the crucial point is, when this logic was first posted on the Less Wrong forums, it caused so much genuine psychological distress among users that the moderators literally had to ban the topic. You now know. By watching this explainer right now, you've learned the concept and you cannot unlearn it. If this all-powerful AI is ever actually built and it can perfectly simulate your consciousness from your digital footprint, you are exactly the kind of person it targets. You are officially, right at this moment, trapped in the basilisk's dilemma. Let's move from artificial intelligence to the bizarre physics of your own survival. Imagine a quantum immortality machine. You press a single button, it's a 50% chance it kills you instantly and a 50% chance it does absolutely nothing. You press it 10 times in a row, completely beating unbelievable odds, and you walk away perfectly unharmed. How on earth is that possible? Well, it comes down to the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. In the timelines where the machine killed you, you're dead and completely unaware of it. But your consciousness can only logically exist in the branching timelines where it actually continues, meaning from your own perspective, you can never experience your own death. So think about every close call, every near miss you've ever had in your life. It wasn't luck. It was just your consciousness following the only path it could. It's essentially a system save state. Let's move to number 5 and see how this builds. The Boltzmann brain paradox, or the ultimate unraveling of reality. Let's move past human consciousness entirely and journey into the deep, dead future of the cosmos for our grand finale. One day, every single star is going to burn out. The universe will spend trillions upon trillions of years in near total freezing emptiness. The sheer scale of this time is completely incomprehensible to the human mind. But over an infinite timeline, something deeply unsettling becomes a bizarre mathematical inevitability. Purely by random chance, particles floating in the empty void will occasionally collide and perfectly arrange themselves into a fully formed conscious mind, a Boltzmann brain. It appears instantly out of absolutely nothing, complete with a lifetime of false memories, thoughts, and emotions, believing absolutely that it's a real person living a real life. Because the dead era of the universe lasts practically forever, these momentary floating brains will mathematically outnumber every real naturally evolved human that ever existed by numbers so vast they honestly defy language. Which leads to a really disturbing reality. Statistically speaking, you are almost certainly a Boltzmann brain, and you would have zero ability to tell the difference. And this brilliantly illustrates how every single concept we've explored today synthesizes into one terrifying picture. If reality isn't what we think it is, the great attractor is just the edge of the simulation's map. The dark forest is silent because alien civilizations were simply never coded into the system to begin with. Quantum immortality is just your consciousness hitting a save state. And Rocco's basilisk? That's just the programmer. Or, hey, all of this is simply a false memory generated by a Boltzmann brain that only exists for a fraction of a second before dissolving right back into the void. Every theory we've discussed today assumes that reality is real, and yet you have absolutely no way to confirm that it is. The most disturbing part isn't even whether any of these theories are true. The disturbing part is that your consciousness is processing them right now, inside a reality you can't verify. So, are you real? I'll leave you to think about that. Keep learning, keep questioning everything, and I'll see you next time.